All right, so my final video for today is way overdue. I was asked to do something on people's perception of persons with mental health challenges as being too sensitive and using comments like I have to walk on eggs or eggshells around this person, or I have to wear baby gloves with this person. Well, okay. I'm going to see both sides of it. I see the perspective of, that there are people who have what highly sensitized stress responses, and so they may scream at you very easily or start crying very easily, and that could be very unnerving, and sometimes you may just not want to deal with it. So you try to be very, very careful with what you say and what you do. Yet, on the other hand, it is a type of avoidance mechanism, right? And when we are anxious, we tend to put way too much attention on the risks, the perceived risks, as opposed to the rewards. We tend to use avoidance behaviors like walking on eggshells. Even that visualization is just, um, skewed. Or we want to put on baby gloves, but we really want to avoid the person flaring up or crying or, behaving in a way that makes us uncomfortable. And so, what we can do instead of avoiding the situation and perhaps even making the person that we're trying to be so sensitive with become self-aware and start to even judge themselves, like maybe you think you're better than them and this type of thing when you're just afraid of them, to just put it like that. So instead of avoidance, we can use approaching to seek clarification. And one of the most powerful ways that I've found to do that with people who have very short fuses is to actually tell them about their short fuse. I have said to people, for example, uh, you know, when you stop talking to me for 2 years and then you come back as though nothing happened, that makes me very anxious because I don't know when you might disappear again, right? And, the person might stop and think about it. Or for situations that aren't that severe, I would say, I try really hard not to get you upset, right? And another technique that really helps is to just say, I got this from Brene Brown. She does a lot of work on empathy, and so she said, to use your imagination. I imagine that when someone says something that just makes no sense to you, you feel like you want to explode, and you may very well explode. However, it gets me very, very anxious when I have to talk to you about something that's pretty important to me. Do you think that we could try perhaps mm, writing things down first, or calling timeouts if we feel that our anxiety is building, or we feel, we have that bodily awareness that, hey, my jaw, I'm starting to grind my teeth, or I'm starting to ball my fists, right? Could we help each other through a difficult conversation by taking breaks, by showing care for how the other person is feeling, and by suspending the judgments that X person is too emotional or too sensitive or too cold, or too illogical. How about I really care about you and how you feel matters enough to me that I want to try to see what this conversation could look like if we both were able to keep calm. All right, so I hope that it helps, seeing both the side of the person who's afraid to talk to the person who has a sensitized brain response. And that terminology was definitely popularized for me by Dr. Bruce Perry in his book, What Happened to You? His Conversations with Oprah Winfrey. So I'll leave a link for that book as well as a link to Brene Brown's empathy video and any of her work that definitely has some gems and some additional resources. So until next time, stay believing in your inner star. Bye for now.